Buddhaya Bhante Jivananda.
Now Buddhaya, I pay homage to the fully enlightened Supreme Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu. I pay homage to my teacher, Lokaswami Namaste. Sadhu. Okay, so today we go back to our main sutta. If you can remember, Buddha giving instructions to this young man, Dīghāvu, and he was about to pass away, remember? And Buddha's instruction to that disciple, the lay disciple of the Buddha, what did Buddha ask him to practice? Have Buddhe avecchappasadena, unshakable confidence in the Buddha, and also Dhamme avecchappasadena. So what is Dhamme avecchappasadena? Understanding these qualities of the Dhamma and placing confidence in an unwavering way. As to well taught by the Blessed One is the Dhamma. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo. Visible here and now. The Dhamma is samditthika. The results can be experienced in this very life, here and now. The people who holds right view can experience the results in this life. People who keep precepts can experience the results in this life. People who meditate can experience the results in this life. You know, people who practice Vipassana, investigate the true nature of this life, can experience the results in this life. Sanditthiko, timeless, akaliko. You know, even though this Dhamma was first expounded 2,500 years ago, still we are learning the same Dhamma. It is applicable to our life still, and we can understand the truth anytime, timeless. That's the nature of that Dhamma. Ehipassika, open to all. You know, there are no secrets, no blind faith in this Dhamma. Nothing is hidden. Everything is crystal clear and open, wide open to all. Any person from any background, any belief, they can come and study these teachings, apply to their lives, and they can see the results in this very life. Those are the qualities. Opanaiko, learn and apply to oneself. And this Dhamma cannot be understood through arguments, to debates, and those kind of things. It should be understood by putting the Dhamma into practice and applying it to oneself. That's the quality of the Dhamma. Pacchatang veditabbo vinyuhi, and this Dhamma should be understood by the wise, each for himself. Is completely the achieving the results. It's a personal thing. It depends on the person's practice. So Buddha asked him to ask Dīghāvuupāsaka, the disciple Dīghāvu, to have confidence in that Dhamma, because if you have that confidence in such a teaching, you will tend to practice lots of wholesome qualities and abandon lots of unwholesome qualities. And then Buddha asked him to have unshakable confidence in the Sangha, the community of the Buddha, the monastic community. And that is about these placing confidence and understanding these qualities of the Sangha. Of pure conduct is the order of disciples of the Buddha. Supatipanno bhagavata sāvaka sangho. Of upright conduct. Okay, supatipanno means this is the community in this world, the monks and nuns, the monastics of the Buddha, the community who is practicing a specific path to abandon defilements, to abandon lust, to abandon craving, clinging, desires, hatred, anger, delusion, all the negative qualities. So this is the community, and you have confidence in that community. Like that's why when we read the stanzas of Arahant monks and nuns, and the disciples who have attained the other stages of enlightenment, non-returners, once returners, stream enterers, and you see that same quality. They are practicing a specific path to abandon all the negative qualities. And you place confidence in that community. Okay, this community is worthy of offerings, worthy of gifts, worthy of reverential salutations. That's how you understand. That's how you place confidence. Of upright conduct is the order of disciples of the Buddha. Ujjapatipanno bhagavato sangho. And again, you place confidence in that quality of the monastics, the disciples of the Buddha. That means Ujjapatipanna means they are following a straight path. That is the Noble Eightfold Path, which consists of Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So their lives are focused on purifying their bodily and verbal actions. That's their direct path. And you place confidence in that. And their path is focused on developing concentration, mindfulness, the purifying the mind. With the Sila, they focus on purifying the bodily and verbal actions. And with Samadhi, they focus on purifying the mind. So you place confidence in that community. They are doing a difficult thing in this world, purifying the mind, because people can always hide things in their mind. Others cannot see what they are thinking, what is going on in their mind. But this community of the Buddha, the monastics, even though others don't see what is happening inside their mind, they are trying to abandon unwholesome qualities in their mind. And that is a very challenging thing in the world. That is a very difficult thing in the world, but they are doing that difficult thing. They have dedicated their life to do that difficult thing. And so they are worthy of respect, worthy of offerings, and like that, you place confidence. And then Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangha, wise conduct is the order of disciples of the Buddha. And they are dedicated to this path to understand the truth of life, truth of the world, which is the Four Noble Truths. That's their main focus. So in order to do that, they have to develop lots of noble qualities. So you place confidence in that. They are on the way, on a path that is that leads to detachment, not to attachment. They are on a path that leads to liberation, freedom, loving kindness, compassion, generosity. They are on a path leading to such noble qualities, and you place confidence in that path, in that community. And then Sāmeca Patipanno, generous conduct is the order of disciples of the Buddha, and you place confidence in the monks and nuns that they are in this world to share the most valuable thing in the world, which is the Dhamma. Dhamma can bring all the happy things to somebody's life, which the money or wealth or properties cannot bring. So you place confidence that they are freely sharing the teachings of the Buddha. They are following that generous path, and so they are worthy of offerings, worthy of gifts, worthy of reverential salutations. That's how they become the incomparable field of merit. So you place confidence in that community of Sangha. And they are four pairs, those four pairs of persons, the 8 kinds of individuals. That is the order of the disciples of the Blessed One. So they are not the ordinary people. They are either practicing the path to become stream enterers, or following the path to become once returners, or they are once returners, already once returners, or some of them are following the path to become non-returners, or some of them are non-returners already, or some of them are following the path to become arahants, or they are already arahants. So those are the 8 kind of individuals, and if you take them in pairs, there are 4 pairs. So they are ahuneyo. They are worthy of offerings, and you place confidence in that quality. Pahuneyo, they are worthy of hospitality. Dakhineyo, they are worthy of gifts. Anjali Karaniyo, they are worthy of reverential salutations, bowing down, placing hands together. They are worthy of receiving salutations from humans and gods. And Anuttaram Punya Ketan Lokas, they are the incomparable field of merit for the world. Even people give a glass of water, even a needle, even a teeny tiny thing, teeny tiny gift, even a spoon of rice, the givers will reach amazing results, unbelievable, happy results, heavenly rebirth, stages of enlightenment due to that that good karma of offering gifts and paying homage to such a community. So that's how you place confidence in the community of the Sangha. That is what Buddha asked Dīghāvuupāsaka to have that confidence in the Sangha. And also then Buddha asked him to practice Aryakantehi Silehi, the ethical conduct, the precepts, 5 precepts, 8 precepts, or the precepts explained by the Buddha, introduced by the Buddha. And what did he say? After hearing that instruction, what did he say? Sir, these 4 factors of extreme entry. And as soon as Buddha explained them, he realized, oh, now Buddha is asking me to establish the 4 factors of extreme entry. The factors that are found only in the life of extreme entrant. So these factors are found only in the life of extreme entrant. So as soon as he realized that, he said, oh, Bhante, those 4 factors of extreme entry are found in me. And I am seen in them. I have Buddhaya Vecchappasaden. I have Dhammaya Vecchappasaden. I have Sanghaya Vecchappasaden. And I am keeping my precepts very well. Okay, so that means he's already an extreme entrant. Fortunate human being, very rare. And then, remember before Sariputta Bhante, in the previous discourse, Dhananjani Sutta, Sariputta Bhante showed explained the path to Brahmin Dhananjani to be reborn in the Brahma world, and didn't explain about Vipassana and the Noble Eightfold Path, about 4 Noble Truths. Remember? Sariputta Bhante only taught him about the 4 types of meditations, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekkha. But here, Buddha is teaching now, because now the person who is lying on the bed beside the Buddha is not an ordinary person. He is a follower of the Buddha. He has attained the first stage of enlightenment. So now Buddha is going to instruct him further with deep Dhamma, with very advanced instructions. Let's see, what is that going to be? Who is going to read?
Bhante, may I read? Okay. In that case, Dīghāvayu, grounded on these 4 factors of stream entry, you should further develop these 6 things that play a part in realization. You should meditate, observing the impermanence of all conditions, perceiving suffering in impermanence, perceiving not self in suffering, perceiving giving up, perceiving fading away, and perceiving cessation. That's how you should train. These six things that play a part in realization that were taught by the Buddha are found in me, and I embody them. For I meditate, observing the impermanence of all conditions, perceiving suffering in impermanence, perceiving not self in suffering, perceiving giving up, perceiving fading away, and perceiving cessation. But still,
so we rejoice in your reading.
thank you, Bhante.
Oh, so he is like kind of how do you say? Not only extreme entrant, he has gone beyond that, right? Buddha asked him to do lots of vipassana. Buddha encouraged him to do lots of vipassana, to do penetration of deep Dhamma. Tasmatiha Dīghāvu tvan Dīghāvu imesu chatasu sotapatthyangesu patittaya. Okay, now you said that you are very well established in the 4 factors of extreme entry. Now you should develop cha vijja bhagye dhamme uttari bhaveyasi. Now you should develop, there are other six things. They lead to a higher realization. Think about the compassion of the Buddha, helping in this very last moment, teaching very deep Dhamma. And what are they? Idha tvang Dīghāvu sabba sankharesu anicchānupasse vihirati. Contemplate on the impermanence of form, feeling, perception, volition, consciousness. Try to understand the arising and passing away, the causes and effects of them. Try to understand the impermanence of sense bases, eye faculty, ear faculty, nose faculty, tongue faculty, body faculty, mind faculty. Try to understand the arising and passing away. And try to understand, do the Vipassana, do the contemplation on the impermanence of earth element, water element, heat element, air element. Do the element meditation. That's the instruction of the Buddha. Do the impermanence on 6 sense basis meditation. Do the meditation on the impermanence of the 5 groups of clinging. Do the meditation on the impermanence of all the conditioned things in the cause and effect mechanism, paticca samuppada. Sabba sankharesu means all the conditioned things. Contemplate the impermanence of all the conditioned things. Whatever has the characteristic of arising and the passing away and the change between the arising and the passing away. That is, if something shows that characteristic, it is called sankhara. So sabba sankhara means all the conditioned things that has that nature. And also contemplate on the anicca dukkha sanye. Contemplate that whatever is impermanent has the inherent quality of pain, suffering. There is no permanent, lasting happiness in any object that is impermanent. So Buddha asked him to develop that perception. So it leads to detachment, and you are not going to find lasting happiness in impermanent things. You need to develop that sanya. Sanya means perception. That's a wholesome perception. And also Buddha asked him to develop a contemplation called dukkha anatta sanya. And then Dīghāvu, you should develop this perception, that this understanding that whatever is impermanent and suffering has the nature of non-self. Anatta. Those things are out of your control. So make your mind detached from that. Practice dispassion, viraga sanya. And then you can develop this passion towards all conditioned things. If these 3 characteristics are clear to you with regard to any conditioned thing, what are those 3? Impermanence, suffering, and non-self. Then you get an opportunity to develop a perception called viraga sanya. That means now your mind can be detached from those things. You can experience detachment from all the conditioned things. Why we experience attachment to these conditioned things? Because we don't see, we haven't contemplated the impermanence, suffering, and non-self in these conditioned things yet. That's why we are attached to these things. Once the true nature of these conditioned things are seen, the mind gets an opportunity to develop dispassion towards all these conditioned things. And that dispassion leads to Nibbana directly. And then the practitioner gets an opportunity to abandon craving for all the conditioned things. So that even though that was in few sentences in the Buddha's instructions, it covers the entire Vipassana techniques and discourses, elaborations, analysis of all the Khanda, Dhatu, Ayatana teachings. When Buddha, that's what we mostly learn in the Deep Dhamma class, right? About those deep aspects of the core teachings of the Four Noble Truths taught by the Buddha. So that's what the main instructions here from the Buddha. Amazingly, you know, this is a layperson. He was not a monk, Dīghāvu, but think about the lay people, some of the lay people's path when the Buddha was alive. The path was very strong, very well established in the deep Dhamma. And he answered, these 6 things that play a part in realization that were taught by the Buddha are found in me. And I embody them. I meditate observing impermanence of all conditions. Sabba sankharesu anicca sanyi. Anicce dukkha sanyi, dukkhe anatta sanyi. Ahana sanyi. Perceiving, fading away, abandoning unwholesome things, abandoning craving. I develop all these. And viraga sanyi, nirodha sanyi. I develop all these. Okay, so what are these six qualities? First one is sabba sankharesu anicca sanyi. Second one is anicce dukkha sanyi. Third one dukkhe anatta sanyi. Fourth one is pahana sanyi. Fifth one is viraga sanyi. Sixth one is nirodha sanyi. And they are directly leading to Nibbana, freedom from all defilements, ultimate liberation. All these perceptions, these contemplations, and all of them are based on the impermanence, the initial contemplation, which is the impermanence of all the conditioned things. And he said, I'm already meditating on those. I have learned very well, and I'm already contemplating those things, as the Buddha explained. And then he said something else also, and this is yeah, so who is going to read? So he was meditating at that time. He was contemplating on the Dhamma.
Bhante, I will read.
Okay, Barry.
But still, sir, I hope Jyotika doesn't suffer anguish when I've gone. Jyotika said, dear Dīghāvu, don't focus on that. Come on, dear Dīghāvu, you should closely focus on what the Buddha is saying. When the Buddha had given this advice, he got up from his seat and left. Not long after the Buddha left, Dīghāvu passed away.
Okay, so Jyotika means his father. Okay, so he was thinking about his father. He was thinking because he now father is alive and the son is going to pass away. So he had compassion about his father. So what will happen to my father after I passed away? who is going to take care of. And think about the wisdom of the father. He was not crying, he was not lamenting, he was not telling, oh, don't leave me, I'm going to be alone, nobody is going to take care of me. He already has seen some Dhamma, I hope, because he had that wisdom. He understood, like, sometimes children die before parents die, sometimes parents die before children die. So he had that understanding, and he said, no, don't worry about me, don't think about that, just focus on what the Buddha is saying. Yeah, don't worry about that. So he was a very smart father. He was not crying, he was not lamenting, he was not adding pain, because now his son is having some kind of worries of leaving his father. But he was a very smart father. And not long after the Buddha left, Dīghāvu passed away. Where you like to continue?
Yes, Bhante. Then several mendicants went up to the Buddha, bowed, sat down to one side, and said to him, Sir, the lay follower named Dīghāvu, who was advised and briefed by the Buddha, has passed away. Where has he been reborn in his next life? Mendicants, the lay follower Dīghāvu was astute. He practiced in line with the teachings and did not trouble me about the teachings. With the ending of the 5 lower fetters, he's been reborn spontaneously and will become extinguished there, not liable to return from that world.
Sadhu. We rejoice in the reading, Barry. So we learned about that very fortunate lady disciple. So monks wanted to know his future destination, right? And they heard that Dīghāvu passed away and Buddha just returned from his house, and the monks asked about his rebirth. Did he go to hell? Animal world? Ghost world?
Anagami.
Human world? Heavenly world? He passing all the worlds. He went to the highest realm, Brahma world. He was a lay person of the Buddha, lay follower of the Buddha. And not in a simple way. He practiced a path which led to the ending of 5 lower fetters. That means his practice of Noble Eightfold Path enabled him to abandon identity view, Sakkaya Ditthi, the wrong notion of the self notion of around the 5 groups of clinging, and he abandoned that. He realized that there is no self here. They are all conditioned things. Things are arising and passing away. There is nobody there to command on the conditioned things. So which is the abandonment of Sakkaya Ditthi, the first fetter. And then he abandoned the second fetter, the doubts about his past, present, future, because he realized the dependent origination. And then he abandoned a third fetter. Like when I say he abandoned, it's actually the Noble Eightfold Path did the work. As a result of following the Noble Eightfold Path, the abandonment naturally happens. Okay, that's how it happens. So, he experienced the abandonment of Silabbata Paramasa, unnecessary rituals, meaningless observances, wrong views, and all those wrong practices, which is also fetter, third fetter. And he, as a layperson, he also abandoned a very difficult one. That is the 4th fetter. Fetter means sangyojana. Fetter means the things that bound being to this cycle of existence. As long as there are 10 of those 10 fetters, as long as these 10 fetters are active in somebody's life, they cannot escape from this cycle, the shackles of samsara. So he abandoned the fourth one, which is the sense desire. To do that, the meditation should be developed to a very higher level, which he achieved. Because when the person comes to the point of abandoning the fetter of sense desire, he has reached very higher jhanas, higher levels of jhanas, surpassing first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and most probably achieving even the fourth jhana. So very powerful meditation achievements. So sense desire, he completely, that fetter is gone in his life. So abstains from in celibacy, and abstaining from using money, and all those things become a part of that new life of a non-returner, and because he has abandoned the fetter of sense desire. And the fifth law fetter, he abandoned the fetter of anger. Even as a layperson, no one can make him angry in this world. Nothing can make him angry in this world, because the Noble Eightfold Path did the work for him, and his path was very strong. So he abandoned all those fetters and reborn in the Brahma world, and he will attain final Nibbana there without returning from that world. That will be his final destination. You want to say sadhu?
Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante.
That is the story of a very fortunate lay follower of the Buddha. How about your story?
So Bhante, in other words, so he became non-returner.
He became a non-returner, and that was his final life. And maybe you won't see him when you go to Brahma world, because he's already attaining Nibbana. Maybe we don't know. Maybe you'll get to see him. But you have to meditate a lot and abandon Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikicca, Silabbata Paramasa, Kamaraga, Patigha. That's a lot of work. But when you hear about these people, about these disciples, doesn't that give you kind of energy, like positive kind of lesson that, oh, if he could do that, right? If he could do that as a lay person, why can't I? Do you get that message? That's the importance of, one benefit of reading suttas, studying suttas. It helps in many ways. And you understand the learning the deep Dhamma? Finally, you will need it. At least finally. But he was not like, it was not the first time he heard about the deep Dhamma. When Buddha was instructing him, he already knew about it. And he was contemplating already. And what was the result of contemplating on the deep Dhamma? Attaining the third stage of enlightenment here and now. Before leaving the world, he attained the third stage of enlightenment. Imagine. Attaining the third stage of enlightenment as a layperson. Isn't that a real victory?
They're difficult, Bhante.
Yeah,
Especially at this
even
time.
it is difficult for monks. Even it is so difficult for monks to attain third stage of enlightenment before passing away. And he was living with his father. We don't know he was already married, whether he had wives, children. We don't know. It's not in the sutta. But we know for sure he was taking care of his father. But think about, like, we don't know how busy he was and how many jobs he was doing. We don't know those things. But we know for sure he was in the household life. He was taking care of his dad, and even maybe his family, but he managed to attain higher levels of realization, higher levels of jhanas, higher levels of stages of enlightenment. That's very powerful. Are you happy about Dīghāvuupāsaka's destination?
Yes, Bhante.
Yes, Bhante.
Thank you
That's
for
wonderful.
sharing, Bhante.
Yeah, if you like to read that sutta again, it's from, I found that sutta. Okay, here is the path. Here is the path. You go to home, you go to discourses, you go to linked discourses, you go to Samyutta Nikaya, and then you go to the group of linked discourses on the path, and then you go to linked discourses on stream entry, then you go to at Bamboo Gate, then you find SN 55.3. That's a long journey.
Bhante, can I ask a question, please? Bhante, Dīghāvuupāsaka has already contemplated on that Bahana Sanyi, I think. But in regard to his father, does that consider as attachment, Bhante, over there? Can Bhante explain further?
I don't know. I don't know. He was not fully freed from all attachments by that time. Because we don't know when he became a non-returner. We don't know. We don't know whether he was a non-returner when he was telling that, or whether he became a non-returner just before the passing away. We don't know. And also, you know, it's not a statement that made by only the people who have attachments. You know, so but he was already abandoning so many attachments, but he had compassion, you know, about his father. He was kind of different things about different individuals. And also some people ask the same question when people like who have attained the first stage of enlightenment. For example, female lady disciple Visakha, she was lamenting on the death of her granddaughter, and people question, how is that possible? She was a stream enterer, but she was crying. Yes. So what is wrong with it? She was a stream enterer and she was crying. So what is the problem? Both are right. She was a stream entrant, she was crying over the death of her granddaughter. But Arahants never cry. Stream entrants cry. Arahants never get angry. Stream entrants get angry. Don't put stream enterers in the position of Arahants. Don't put once returners in the position of Arahants. Don't put non-returners in the position of arahants. Put stream enterers in the position of stream enterers. Put once returners in the position of once returners. Put non-returners in the position of non-returners, and put arahants in the position of arahants. Isn't that the right way?
Yes, Bhante.
Yeah.
Many merit, Bhante.
Bhante, question. Regarding compassion. So, Bhante, even let's say the person is a stream enterer, once returner, non-returner, or even arahant. Even arahant has compassion, right? Everybody.
Not even, not. That's wrong.
Okay.
Even arahants has compassion is wrong.
Okay.
Arahants, arahants are the ones who have real compassion.
Yes. Okay, so everybody. Okay, so now my question is, Bhante, because you mentioned about crying. So is it possible that crying is an expression of compassion? So arahant, well, if they show compassion, they may cry. Is it possible?
If tears coming from due to compassion,
yes,
and if it is nothing to do with defilements and attachment,
mm-hmm.
It doesn't do harm. It's nothing to do with defilements.
Yes.
But the danger of crying with defilements, that's the danger. If crying coming, if tears come due to attachment, due to the pain of separation from loved ones, Buddha teaches the tears, such kind of tears we have shed in this long journey of samsara. It's a stream of tears, and it is a stream of tears we shed in this long journey of samsara due to the defilements. It's bigger than the water of the great ocean. The stream of tears is bigger than the great oceans. That is the thing that needs to be stopped.
Oh, needs to be stopped. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes, Bhante, I see people, let's say, if they see, poor people or really, really very, very sad events or sad movies, people just become very emotional and they cry.
That's not a big problem at this stage. Tears coming after seeing poor people, it's not a big problem. But at this stage, the biggest problem is the tears that comes due to separation from loved ones, due to attachment, due to clinging, craving. We cry a lot due to those things. So that's the biggest problem. Yeah, for now it's okay. You can cry when you see poor people.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But don't stop there. Try to help them, okay? Try to give something.
Yes, man.
At least, something to eat, something to drink, something to wear. But it's good to have a soft heart, not like a rock. When you see pain, when you see poverty of people, you should be sensitive to that. You should feel it. Then it will lead to some kind of act of compassion. You may want to help them. You want to do something, If you are not sensitive to that, if you don't feel that, if you want to live like selfish and you don't care what happens to others, that's not the path that we want to be in. Sadhu, sadhu.